as a fireman, you would work a day and then be off a day, and on your off days, you were doing all kinds of jobs. I remember going out with you as you were doing hardwood floors, and you had the big sander, and you showed me how to do it.
And you went through a
you let me do it, the handle went right through the wall of this new house and made a giant hole in the wall. Do you remember that?
Yes, I
remember
do.
that.
I don't think I ever went back out with you.
I don't think you did.
Decided he wasn't making money with him.
So, how long did you do that, and what other kind of things did you do as moonlighting?
Moonlighting.
And then tell us about how you scared Mom to death with being caught moonlighting.
Caught moonlighting. Well, I did several things. When we first got married, I worked at Brown's appliance repair place, and so I'd go to school, and then in the evenings I'd go work, and I was repairing toasters and waffle irons and small appliances mostly. After we got married, I worked for a company that, the first job I had was they wanted me to stain molding, floor molding. And so he said, "Man, you're doing a great job. How'd you like to be an installer?" And so for a while I was installing doors and windows and putting hardware on cabinets.
And that's when you invented the door lock. The doors opened out, and thieves could put a card in there and open it because it opened out. Remember that?
Yeah.
Tell them about that.
Well, you could put a knife inside, just flip the little thing so you could open the door. So, well, that was when I was working for Victory Packing Company. That was one of the first jobs I had.
When you're doing the horse meat delivery?
And so I was by a shop, and they were making dog tags, and they were a little round tag and made out of stainless steel. And so when they punch these out, they'd have a hole right next to each other. And so I took and cut that clear off, and so what I had was a piece of stainless steel that had little loops in it. So I cut that off, and I take him put it next to that latch on the door and pound it in, and just so it would just clear, and so they couldn't get anything past that thing. If you want to buy one, they're in the stores.
Yeah, they are now.
But not
Another
for you.
thing you invented.
Yes, doors that
So did
open.
people just follow you around and figure out how to make money?
Yeah. I didn't make any money. I just like to tinker.
You did on the simulator. I
Uh,
think he easily made $1 million
Ah,
on the simulator altogether.
And we spent $1.5 million.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you get into doing carpet cleaning? Because I did that for a long time.
I don't remember how I got into it, but I was doing carpet cleaning.
I think you worked for someone doing it, and then you decided you could do it yourself.
Yeah.
And
I
get
was at a janitorial supply store doing some signs for them the other day, and they're still selling Argo Sheen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's.
What you use to clean carpets with.
I think there was a fireman cleaning carpets, and I went and worked with him, and so then I got some equipment and went out, got some carpet cleaning. Some Argo Sheen. Was using Argo Sheen.
Wasn't there kind of a rule with the city that they kind of looked down on you, the union or something, for moonlighting, and then you came home one day and Mom was always worried that you were going to get caught moonlighting and you'd get in trouble?
Yeah.
Didn't you pull a little prank on her one day
I don't remember that.
where you took some cork and some other stuff and made it look like you'd been in a fight?
Yeah,
you remember
yes.
that?
you
I remember
blacked
doing
up
that.
your eye.
Tore my shirt, put some caulk and stuff on
Yeah.
it.
You tore
I
your
come in.
shirt?
Yeah. And I said, those dang union guys, they got me.
That's not the only thing. One time, I had some ring cleaner you could put your diamond in and clean it, So I had it on the calendar. I put my ring in it, and Dad saw it, and he took it out and put it in some
No, I took a piece of solder.
solder. He
And
took
made a
the
ring.
ring out and he put this piece of solder in there. And when I went to get my ring out of there, and it's silver just like my ring, you know, and oh my gosh, it dissolved my ring. I was just sick. And he said, oh, honey, it's okay. I was bawling.
Did you ever tell her?
Oh yeah, I knew. He says, I've got it. But that just scared the wadding out of me. I thought that the darn stuff had dissolved. It's the first time I'd ever used that cleaner.
And the last one.
And then another joke he pulled on me at Christmas time. He gave me a half of a carrot.
On a ring.
Yeah. And he made the band out of silver, and then he took a half of a carrot with the green stuff still on it and placed it on, put it in a box, and it was wrapped up beautifully. And he says, I hope you like this one. I open it up, and here's a dang carrot, a half of a carrot.
I've heard of a half a carrot ring, haven't you?
And then another year, if I remember right, you said, honey, you always wanted a piano and I got you one. And when you opened it up, it was a can of peas on the end of a garden hoe. Was that right? Here's your piano.
Oh,
I don't remember that one, but that's a good one.
yeah. Oh, man. I wished we'd, well, long before we had a piano, I said, darn, I'd like to have a piano. And he said, well, I can build you one. I said, oh, come on, everything I want, I can build you one. I said, okay, you've gone too far, fellow. You cannot build a piano. So we got that. Remember that old beautiful, ornate, upright piano?
Paid
Should
$100
have
for
kept it.
I remember picking it out at the warehouse.
Yes.
So what happened with it? What'd you do?
We sold it and got this one.
Well, don't you still have an old one downstairs?
Yeah, but that was
That's,
what our little
uh,
grandkids learned to play the piano on it.
So
Was
we
theirs.
have, so like I've never seen the one you're talking about.
No,
No,
probably
that
not.
was really fancy one.
But they're in our home movies. You'll see it.
they've
bought it
seen
new?
it. It was in the
The dining room.
area.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
It was
the
their
piano.
upright.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you bought it new?
Yeah. It,
No.
no, not new. It was secondhand, but it was
We
very.
paid. I remember we paid $100 for it.
Oh,
Did
So
you see how shocked they looked when they said, oh no, we didn't buy it new? You never bought anything new, did you?
No, except that. And Jan went with me to get that. Man, I thought I was rich. That was after
You were
simulator business.
you were rich.
Yeah. I remember going down to Imperial Valley for you to meet with that science
Yeah.
meeting of,
Oh,
All
as a military fireman.
yeah. And Dad said, we were walking by a store and they had this slack outfit in there. Oh, I thought that was just gorgeous. And he says, well, why don't you go in and try it on and see what you think? And I bought it. It was kind of a orange color.
It's a pantsuit?
Yeah, pantsuit. Oh my gosh, I felt like $1 million in that. Wore that for quite a while.
It was in the 70s if that was orange.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
a bright
And
orange.
you wore
like a rust color.
a blouse that had a tie on it, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I've seen the
I
picture.
remember it.
Yeah,
that's
oh
where you
yeah.
were kissing in the picture.
Dad was
on a
kissing
trip.
me on the
That's right.
side of the
You're
head.
on a trip, weren't you?
Yeah, we went
San
to San
Francisco.
Francisco, yeah. We were,
The famous pantsuit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was really something.
So what were some of the vacations that we used to go on? We went to Idlewild, I don't remember that, but I remember you talking about that. We went out to the Salton Sea.
Idlewild, you were just a little guy.
But did we go again? Because I remember going up to Idlewild.
Yeah, we
Must have
did.
gone again. 'cause I
Maybe while I
remember
was
that.
on vacation.
In fact, just about every year we would go up there.
We went to Salton Sea all the time, though, didn't we?
Yeah, that was really
That bus?
funny.
Yeah.
We took
Remember the old
Uncle,
bus?
I remember.
Uncle Elmer's old
crawling
bus.
through a window, trying to crawl through a window.
And I think our teenage boys were embarrassed, but driving that old bus, we got all the kids in it.
That's
We
awesome.
got down to Salton Sea, and somehow we locked the doors, shut the doors, and the keys were inside, and we couldn't get into it. So we were trying to get Timmy to go through the window.
He was scared.
So we threw gum in there, we threw candy in there, and trying to get him to go through the window. No way, he wasn't going to go in there. So,
He gets stuck
so
too.
we got her through there and got the keys.
I'll go get the candy.
So how did you end up with the bus?
It was Elmer and Gerald.
Yeah.
Why did Elmer have a bus?
With all their kids, they made it into a house trailer.
Oh, okay.
And but it was a school bus that he had bought. He's as bad as Dad. He always goes to the DI, and so does Dad.
We found a bus at the DI.
I don't think so, but Elmer found it someplace, and it really worked out good for going on trips with all the kids. And
Wasn't it expensive for gas or no?
Back then, gas was 18
Gas was
cents a
cheap.
gallon.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
yeah,
We have 9 minutes left, but we did a whole hour.
that was before the simulator business, and we were poor.
Is there anything you'd like your great grandchildren to know?
Are we gonna have them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? I don't think so. Mom and Dad are still gonna be twinkled, so I snuck
So
them
they'll
out.
be here anyway.
Anything
Yeah.
you want your grandchildren to know?
Yes, we want them to know that we have a testimony of the truthfulness of the gospel of Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ.
Very
Yeah,
good that.
that's the main message we can give to our grandkids. Be faithful and know that we know that the Savior lives.
And to love one another.
I say you have a good marriage to.
Yeah, and
Keep families together, build relationships and memories. That's important.
I'll say it was in state conference today, or last night, the Saturday night meeting, and our state president was talking about divorce is so prevalent among our state that he just felt impressed he needed to talk to the members and of how important marriage is and solidifying your marriage and such. You were there, Wendy and Tim,
And so we, today, we made a pledge with each other that there would be no divorce in this family, and we sealed it with a kiss.
yeah. I said, honey, you can count on it. I'll never leave you.
Remember that.
Yeah.
So,
Those are the important things. Our family togetherness and to help each other and to love each other. Like my mother used to say, blood is thicker than water. And you need to love each other, and you never tell stories on each other or these kind of things. That's what breaks up the family. So we've tried to do that.
So you're richer than Rockefellers?
Yep, we are richer than Rockefellers. Look at what we've got.
this is our whole life. This is what we really...
He's so funny. He'll be there in the chair and says, have you heard from any of the kids today? Well, why aren't they calling? Nobody's been over here. I said, honey, they have families of their own.
You should enjoy
Well, we
it.
might not call, but we think about you. every
Yeah. Well, he hears from Greg often. Greg keeps him thinking. In fact, Greg makes him get up early in the morning. He can't sleep. He's got to figure out a way to make all these thousands of sign things he's got to make and how to do it. So he gets up at 4:30 in the morning and goes down in his shop in his underwear.
Can
And
you
he-
edit that?
And he figures it out.
So I think we can make that 1,000 you need in a day.
So nobody come over here early in the morning and go down to the shop.
Don't look in that window down there, I told him. You better get dressed before you go down there.
Yeah, but this idea is fresh. I got to get down and work on it.
He dreams about it at night, how to do it.
We all rely on you, Dad, to come up with ideas to fix all of our problems, that's for sure. You've helped every one of us.
I had a great idea for Janelle's Christmas tree. She got all decorated yesterday,
No, today.
and it fell over.
Yeah. It was
Oh.
great.
It was great.
Yeah. I think I pushed it once too much to make it straight, and I turned around and Al said, and I went, yeah. boom.
With all the decorations on.
Yeah.
So I need some of those screws about that long.
I got them.
See if we
So when we brought the tree in, Dad says, well, Greg's coming over, I'll wait and get him to help me bring it in. So Greg comes and I said, Dad wants you to help him with that tree. And he says, oh, I don't need any help, I can carry that tree. And so he picks a big old thing up and brings it in and puts it, and Dad comes up and he said, he brought that in all by himself?
You're amazing, Greg.
Yeah.
And then we stood it up and
You're...
And went over.
the tree was cut as straight as it could be down at the bottom. What we did notice is that the trunk was as crooked as
Yes, the
so it
trunk.
wasn't standing very straight.
So we didn't check
Fix
out the
it?
trunk, but it looks pretty good in there. Once I get it decorated, you won't know the trunk is like this. So we have a good time.
Yep,
That's bad.
life's good. Okay, another
It's
chapter.
a wrap.